Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to talk about all of the fragrances that I wore last week. So I've got a weird eclectic mix here, and I'm just gonna jump right in because I do have a ton. I did a lot of layering and I just wore a bunch of different fragrances. So I'm gonna start with this one here. This is a Royalty Scents fragrance that I've got here, and this is Prada Infusion d'Iris. And I don't know why, I was just like craving this scent. Like I really did just start craving it, and I had to dig through my decant box to find it, and I wore it and it was great. It doesn't last all that long. I think I was able to get, I think I could smell it for maybe about 2 hours before it was completely gone and I was able to apply something else. But yeah, it's just a really beautiful powdery, really not at all sweet iris. It's fresh and clean smelling, and it was pretty warm out the day that I started just like wanting to wear this. And I think I was looking for something or wanting something that was like cozy, but still could still hold up in the heat. And this ended up being perfect for that. So anyways, yeah, that is Prada Infusion d'Iris. It's a really beautiful fragrance. I think my decant is plenty. I don't think I need this like a full bottle in my life. I have my Boucheron Iris, I think it's called Iris de Syracuse or something, and it's like my favorite iris. It's such a beautiful powdery iris, and yeah, I don't know why. It's funny that I started craving the Prada one when I've got the full bottle of the Boucheron right in my cabinet that I could have just grabbed, but it's different. It's totally different than this iris. So anyways, there's that one. Next, I tested this guy here. This is the fragrance called Sun from Zents, and oh, this is so good. This is like woody and warm. It's like a sandalwood, let's see here. It's vanilla, sandalwood, and blood orange. And it's so pretty. It's like this sweet orange, vanilla, and this really warm, like woody sandalwood in the base. It's beautiful. It's warm and cozy, but sweet and a little bit spiced, and I love it. The only problem with this one is it lasted all of maybe an hour before, no, I wouldn't say an hour. I would say it lasted maybe, I don't know, I probably got a couple hours out of this before I would have needed to reapply. It did last a long time on my clothing. I think I got about 6 or so hours out of it on my clothing. I could smell it on my shirt for a long time. It wasn't the best performing fragrance in the world, but gosh, it smells amazing. It's such a like natural, it's very natural smelling. It gets made of things that are good for you rather than things that are gonna soak into your skin and be bad for you. So anyways, that is called Sun from Zents. Okay, next, this is one that I wore to bed this week. This is Cosmosis from Pacifica. This is called Vanilla Stardust. This is such a beautiful, it's got this weird kind of ashiness to it, but it is this really beautiful, sweet, kind of ashy vanilla. And I love it. But this lasts literally 5 minutes on your skin. I sprayed this on, and I sprayed it on like a body spray. I literally sprayed it all over my arms, all over my chest, all over my clothes, all over the back of my neck. Like I sprayed it everywhere. I mean, I must have sprayed it 20 times. And I think I could smell it for maybe the next 10 minutes. And then by the time I was starting to fall asleep, it was completely gone. So that is probably how I will continue to use this fragrance, is as just a bedtime fragrance, because it performs so badly, like really, really bad. So, but I love it. It smells incredible. So anyways, that is Cosmosis from Pacifica. Next, I wore this guy, and I actually used this the way that I would a perfume. This is a body spray from Body Fantasies, and this is the Sweet Pea Fantasy one. And this reminds me exactly of the old Bath & Body Works Sweet Pea lotion. Like the first one that ever came out, the original Sweet Pea formulation. This body spray smells just like it and I adore it. So the Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale is going on right now. I picked up a Sweet Pea body cream because I want to compare it. I haven't had Sweet Pea probably since I had a bottle of the original formulation, so I'm really excited to see what it smells like now. But yeah, I'm definitely going to put the lotion on and then layer this body spray over it. This body spray is amazing. It lasts as well as some of my decent performing perfumes. I can easily get a couple hours out of this body spray before needing to reapply it. For a body spray to get a couple hours out of it, to me is awesome. But yeah, I do love this. I can't wait to get the lotion so that I can layer it over. I did wear this for a good half of the day because I sprayed it on. I wore it for a few hours, it wore off, I went ahead and sprayed more on, wore it for another few hours, and then once it wore off the second time, I moved on to something else. But I do love it. If you love the smell of the original formulation, Bath & Body Works Sweet Pea, I think you would really like this. So anyways, that is Sweet Pea Fantasy, or Pink Sweet Pea Fantasy from Body Fantasies. And then after that wore off the second time, I tested this. This is the Urban Outfitters fragrance, and this is called Fruit du Dragon. I don't like this at all. There's something really, really weird smelling about this. It smells good in the bottle, but once it gets on my skin, it goes really, really sour because it's almost like I don't know, it's almost like a fruit tea. I'm almost getting this like astringent tea smell out of this. So it's like an astringent fruit tea, but when it gets on my skin, it goes really, really sour. So yeah, that one I'm gonna send along to somebody else to see if maybe somebody else can get some use out of it if they'll like it, because it's not good on my skin at all. It goes really, really sour and gross. So anyways, that is the Fruit du Dragon from the Urban Outfitters perfume line. Okay, next we've got this one. This is another one that I wore. I think I wore this one to bed one night. This is another one that I just end up craving this fragrance because it's so beautiful. This is Lavandes Trianon from Lancome, and I love this. This is like creamy, slightly powdery lavender, but with just a ton of vanilla in it. So really it's like sweet, creamy vanilla with like some powdery lavender. I love it. It's a beast. This thing lasts forever on my skin. I wore it to bed and I could still smell it the next morning when I woke up. It's just so pretty. It's so pretty and feminine, and if you love vanilla and if you love lavender, I think you would love this. So anyways, that is Lavandes Trianon from Lancome. I'm so glad I bit the bullet and got a full bottle of that. I needed it in my life. Speaking of another lavender, I haven't talked about this one in a long time. This is the Oscar de la Renta lavender. This is one of my favorites. I love the smell of this. It's like a sweet, milky lavender. Like a lavender latte, like a lavender tea latte. It's so good. It's so sweet and milky and cozy smelling. This is one that I wear it to bed all of the time. I don't talk about it very often because if I put it in a what I wore last week video, like it would end up in every single video because I wear it to bed so often. I'm down to about half a bottle, and yeah, I have slowed down with it some because I have been wearing some other fragrances to bed, not just this exclusively. So I have slowed down on it some, but I still adore it and love it so much. So anyways, that is Oscar de la Renta Lavender. Next, I wore this beauty. This is Escada Cherry in Japan. I wore this after I hauled it, and I love this. It's such a beautiful, it smells, if you guys remember what Cherry in the Air from Escada smells like, it smells very, very similar. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like a fruity kind of cherry with a little bit of floral. It's fresh, it's sweet, but not overly sweet. It's not like an overly sweet Escada. I will tell you though, this one here from Al Rahab, this is the Secret Lady Oil. This smells just like Cherry in the Air. Just like it. So I wore this, and then later in the day, I think I refreshed with the oil. So yeah, which is great because I will be able, I think that that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wear the cherry in the air, but every time I wear it, I'm only gonna spray it on once. And then when it needs to be refreshed, I'll refresh with the oil so that I don't run through my bottle of, not cherry in the air, I'm sorry, cherry in Japan. So I don't run through my bottle of cherry in Japan super fast. I'll just refresh with the oil because this oil is so similar. Like seriously. So anyways, that is Al Rahab's Secret Lady. Next, I wore this beauty. This is I Love Love from Moschino, and I am obsessed with this fragrance. This does smell a little bit like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but this is like a bright fizzy orange. Like really bright fizzy orange. It's like an orange pop, almost like an orange soda. It's so beautiful. It's so nostalgic smelling for me. I just love it. Charlotte has been loving this too. Every time she comes in here, she'll spray this on because it's just such a fun, like perfect summer fragrance. I love it. So anyways, that is Moschino I Love Love. I've been obsessed. Next, I wore this guy here. Oh, and I will tell you, I Love Love is an absolute beast. I can spray this on one time and I'm good. I'm good for the entire day. I will never have to reapply it. It will stick with me for the entire day. And I love that about it too, that it performs so well. Okay, next I wore this one here. This is the H&M t-shirt fragrance, and this is the most beautiful, fresh, clean laundry scent. It's so good, and I will tell you, I think, I haven't tested them all, but I don't think that any of them are gonna perform as well as this one does. This one, was amazing. Like, I think I got a good 6 hours out of this fragrance before it faded away. So this would be one that you really would only probably need to reapply once. And for like a really fresh, clean laundry scent, I think that's great, especially for a $6.99 H&M perfume. I think it's really good. So yeah, I love this. I did layer this with some oil. I layered this with the Sweet Essentials Cozy Oil, but since I don't know what's going on with that site, I'm not gonna talk about those oils anymore until their site comes back up. But anyways, yeah, I love this fragrance. This is beautiful. That one is H&M t-shirt, and for being such an affordable and clean perfume, I was astounded by how well it performed for me. Okay, next I have this combination here. This is the Ralph Lauren Ralph perfume and the Daydream body lotion from Bath & Body Works. So the Daydream body lotion is fresh raspberries, sparkling pear, and pink lily petals, and it really does smell exactly like Ralph. Ralph is a little bit cleaner and fresher and more expensive smelling. And it's, oh, I love this. It's got osmanthus in it. Ralph has got some really interesting notes in it. I will of course have them on the screen for you. It's got some really interesting notes in it. I'm quite sure it's got raspberry. I know it's got osmanthus. And it's got some other very interesting things in it, but it's just it's a really beautiful, fun, clean, sweet, nostalgic fragrance for me. I remember when I first moved here to the South, everybody and their mother wore this fragrance. It was what the malls smelled like. It is what every person smelled like. I was still going to college at the time when I moved out here. Everybody in college smelled like this. It was just like the it perfume. So it's super nostalgic for me in that sense, and I never wore it back then, but now that it's kind of had its day and we've moved past it, now I will wear it. And I love it. And this is a great combination because Daydream really does smell really, really similar to Ralph. Ralph is a beast too. This thing will get you through an entire day. Yeah, I have really good luck with performance with Ralph. Okay, next we have got this guy here. This is the Bakery from Esthero. I wore this to bed one night. Oh my gosh. And this was the night that Charlotte kept telling me, Mommy, you smell good. Mommy, you smell good. Because it was this. This is kind of like I mean, look at the color of the oil. So you can see like just how dark this oil is. The label is black, yes, but the oil is black too. Like, this is the label and this is the oil right in the middle. It's like this beautiful, look how dark you can see it in the, oh, it's so good. It's like, I don't know what this is. It's kind of sweet and musky and resinous. There's something skin-like about it, but there's something edible about it too. It's so good, and when it warms on your skin, it is just amazing. So yeah, this is one of those oils that I will just like crave a lot. I wear it to bed a lot. It's so comforting and cozy and clean and skin-like, but almost like gourmand and edible. It's so good. I love it so much. If I were to tell you like that you had to have any of these oils, this would be the one, the Bakery. It's so, so good. So anyways, that is the Bakery from Esthero. Beautiful. And then last but not least, I wore this combination here. This is my Armaf Tag Her Pour Femme oil and Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. I swear, every time I wear Light Blue Sun, the performance is worse and worse. Just when I think it couldn't be any worse, it is. It is so much worse. Like, it's so much worse than I even thought it was. This is a fragrance that I can spray on and I'll smell it for maybe 15 minutes. If I didn't layer it over oil, like I would have to reapply something because it would just wear off and I wouldn't smell anything at all anymore. Thankfully, I had this oil that I layered, that I put on first. So 15 minutes after I couldn't smell sun anymore, I could still smell the Armaf oil. And I could still smell the Armaf oil for a good 6 hours after that. So this stuff is a beast. It lasts absolutely forever. Dolce & Gabbana Sun is so disappointing to me. I feel like I feel like decluttering it, honestly. Honestly, I feel like decluttering this one because it's so disappointing. It performs so badly that for me, I feel like it's just almost not even worth having. It's not worth the 15 minutes that I can smell it when I'm just gonna end up smelling like this anyways. I may as well just wear my oil and be happy with that. And also, since I've got my Moschino I love this one so much more than any Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, that this one, yeah, this one is gonna go. I hate it because I love it. It's such a beautiful version of light blue, but that's why I do these videos, because it forces me to rotate through my collection, to constantly be testing, to constantly be making decisions about what needs to stay in my collection, what doesn't. And yeah, it's great to do this every week. It's really helpful for me to stay on top of things and make sure that, you know, everything I have, I am really enjoying and loving. And if I don't, I need to let it go because my collection is too big to have things in it that I don't love and that don't bring me joy. So anyways, yeah, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun is going bye-bye. So anyways, guys, those are all of the fragrances that I wore last week. I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.